I thought today we could do a little bit of a reflection of how the first 6 days have gone with my new theme, because I think I have played an absolute blinder here. Basically, I really think that this is the right theme for this year. The last 6 days have been a little bit strange because I started the year pretty slowly. It was still not work because the first day of work was yesterday. And ultimately, the first 5 days were a little bit strange for me because the year was really defined by how I was going to turn pro at work. And because of that, I was a bit thrown off by the fact that I had nothing to do over the last 5 days before I started work, and I just felt like I was itching to go. And because of that, I felt a little bit of anxiety that I'd picked the wrong theme. However, now that I've actually started work, the question, what would a professional do in this situation, is a really clarifying one and has guided my thinking really clearly over the last 2 days. And because of that, I'm really happy with the way my theme has turned out. Particularly with this project, I think that showing up every day for practice, which is what this is a really good example of what I mean. Sometimes I thought, okay, well, there's no reason to show up when it's 3 a.m. and I could just go back to sleep. But the fact that I decide to continue to show up, the consistency and the process of just showing up and practicing is one that I don't think I would do if I didn't have this disposition shift or this identity shift to looking at what it looks like to turn pro and continuing to commit to that. Obviously, we're still in the what I call the motivated phase of a yearly theme or resolutions, where the first few weeks are pretty much a easy thing to get into because, well, you're motivated because it's a new shiny thing. I think the real testament to whether or not you've picked a good theme will come when it gets tough to follow the theme and when you sort of forget that you're supposed to be following a theme. Right now, in the first few weeks, I'm thinking about the theme a lot because it's the beginning of the year. So we'll really see whether or not this is a good theme. Basically, at the end of the year, maybe 6 months in, you can do a little revisit. But ultimately, the reason I think this is the right theme for this year is because already my first day at work had a lot of curveballs, and instead of feeling super stressed, I felt extremely calm. And I think the reason I felt extremely calm was I knew exactly how I wanted to react to it. Even if I didn't know what I was going to do exactly, I knew exactly how I wanted to react to it because I wanted to react to it like a pro. And what that meant to me was someone who reacts with calm professionalism and clarity and just takes things as they come and is flexible to things trying to throw you off your game. But ultimately, if you're trying to be a pro, you just got to stay on your game regardless of what comes your way. So all of that to say, I'm really happy with the way the year theme is transpiring over the first few days. I think the real check-in will be when I get back to my home, and I will have to have a day where I just sit down and actually start the year off. Right now I'm in this weird transition period because I'm still traveling and I'm started work, and I've got a bunch of work that I'm doing while I'm traveling, so which is not the same as the type of work I would be doing in my house, normal sort of routine vibes. So because of all of that, I'm really just interested in seeing how this week and then the following few weeks goes until I'm back in the country and back at home. So all of that to say, super interesting to see a theme really change my disposition immediately and really clarify why I'm doing this. I'm also really happy to be starting this video in the actual day that I am awake for. I know it's just turned 12, so it's just turned into the new day. But hey, look, there's progress and it's travel season, so it's just all kind of chaos. I'm just trying to continue to commit to the practice of this. Speaking of, I do think that this is getting pretty easy and I'm reaching a plateau because I need to find another dimension to practice the speaking to camera bit. I don't have my big fancy camera while I'm traveling, so I'm going to continue talking about things on the photo booth. But I think at some point I do upgrade to the big camera and start thinking about lighting and composition. And I think maybe I'll split that up. Maybe I might not move to the big camera. I might move to my iPhone and think about composition and lighting first, and then I'll move to the big camera and think about all of the things that come with the big camera. So I think maybe composition might be next. Mise en scène might be something I think about. And what mise en scène is, for those who don't know, is just how the scene looks, things in the scene. So lighting, art on the walls, paint the walls, that type of thing. So those are all things that I'm still thinking about in terms of how I can continue to improve this process and show my work through this project of uploading every day and just improving every single day through the practice of doing it. So that's everything I'm thinking about right now, 7 days in, just gone 7 days into this new theme and how that's changing my disposition already. I'm pretty optimistic. That this is the right theme. I am a little worried that turning pro is becoming too much of a single focused theme in which the only thing that it's really affecting is the way that I'm thinking about work, which is not necessarily how I want my themes to be. I want them to really be a holistic thing that enclose, or what would you say, capture different areas of my life. So that's my hesitations, and I'm just going to continue to scrutinize my decisions as I go, as you would if you were a pro, reviewing game tape, going back, checking that your decision making is clear, making sure that your practice is good, and all of that.